Before we start this episode, just wanted to show you guys my helium miner and the setup. So right outside of it, you can see the antenna, that big boy, and then the miner. It's all placed, plugged right into an outlet down below.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Alt Kings podcast. I am your host, Corbin, with my co-host, Tate, and we are going to be talking about a fascinating cryptocurrency.
Very fascinating.
Called Helium.
Yes, indeed. Not on the periodic table.
Surprisingly.
No.
Hey, at least, well, yeah, they didn't need, you know what they should have made their icon as?
What?
A balloon.
Oh my.
Casper missed it with the ghost. Now Helium's out here messing up, not, just like circles and like dots. I'm like, guys,
all it is just a little creativity.
that's all they need is a little bit of creativity, a little dash of pizzazz.
Yes, indeed.
Spice it up a bit.
So Helium's actually more or less it's like one of a kind for what it's trying to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I've looked it up. I was just looking up recently. I really don't know much I've not seen any other like stable currencies doing this exactly how they're doing it.
Stable currency?
Not like a currency as stable as Helium is. Like
in terms of
long term,
price.
yes, yeah.
Okay.
Because like I was just looking at Reddit and stuff, and it just seems like there's a couple other different like currencies trying to accomplish the same thing, but like they're very expensive to get into, and they're very like sketchy from what people are proposing online.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Helium's price is sitting at $14.42 right now. Its all-time high is $52. Quite high.
Quite high.
But circulating supply of 116 million. Total supply of 223 million. Quite nice. I mean, it gives you a lot of room to work with.
Yeah, and we're not in the billions.
Yeah.
So that would explain the price.
Yeah.
Not like quant level low, but it'll do.
A couple million ain't too bad for a circulating supply.
A couple mil.
I think that's the reason why it shot up to 52.
True.
Demand.
Yeah, we'll have the graph of all of the pricing up here.
The nasty red chart. But that is the reason why I wore red today.
It's the whole market, though.
Yeah, exactly. I wore red because the market is just blood red.
Yeah.
And it's disgusting to see.
It is.
I look at this as a buying opportunity for any of your favorite coins.
True.
I don't want to look at it because like when you're being a smart investor in this space, you want to be more or less open to whatever happens.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And with that being said, you want to be having an open mind towards any sort of investment you make in crypto.
Sure.
Because like you're never going to get that perfect entry.
No.
Although you think you will, you just won't. And so that's why you dollar cost average. That's why you don't throw all your eggs in one basket at one time.
Yeah.
Sure, maybe stick around with one coin or maybe two or three, but definitely just invest smart.
Yeah.
Never throw. Sorry, you're probably about to say. Never throw your money in that you wouldn't be able to lose. That's what I like to think about.
Yeah.
And that's big with this space.
Or, your entire savings account. Yeah. Not financial. Like I did.
Me too, but anyways.
We don't recommend that. Not financial advice.
It's only depending on how you view the dollar. But we're not recommending it.
You mean the monopoly money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Helium, what they're trying to do is they're a decentralized blockchain powered for the network of Internet of Things, IoT. And we've discussed about that in past podcasts as well. IoTs are just Internet of Thing devices. It can be from your smartphone, your laptop, devices in your cars.
Yeah, I could see integration, like Helium having integration with IOTA in the future.
Yeah.
I think that would be incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
Because the network that they're building up is really fascinating because it doesn't operate like a cell tower or something like that. It's not owned by one particular party. I mean, it's owned by, individual people,
Millions.
But it's not, it's not owned by, just one company. So I could potentially see it if it goes open source. I don't know if the code for it's open source. I don't think it is.
No, because if it was open source, then they'd be able to allow others to create their own miners.
True. Yeah, and that can compromise network security.
Yeah.
Wonder.
I think it's I think it's probably just a tad open source just because they allow other manufacturers to create the miners,
Sure.
but it's very secure and stable.
My thing is, though, why couldn't they create a more of an open source program, but also make sort of a validation check before a miner actually enters the network and then runs periodic checks to make sure that the call it like a good, like if you use like a phrase or something, like or some sort of a hex key for it. Because if you want to stop bad actors from entering the ecosystem, you need to have some sort of way to validate that, stuff is real.
A security process.
A security process, exactly. And you don't want people, you don't want to give people the opportunity to counterfeit or invalidate that process.
Yeah.
So if they made some sort of a hex key system that was unique to the hex mine or to the
Helium.
To the helium miners, that'd be cool. And it would actually be cool if it was a hex key, because they do all of their stuff.
Mapping.
Yeah, they do all their
hexagons.
mapping with hexes, which would be with hexagons, which is cool.
Well, Helium creators and founders, if you're watching this, an idea.
Yeah.
And we love those.
That's a free one.
We love free game.
Freebie. Zero, nada.
So to get into this network, all you need is a miner. But yeah, my Helium miner, it's just a small box. And it comes with this small antenna as well, but I upgraded my antenna just to get more range.
That thing is beefy.
Yeah, there's multiple different, so it's called DBI, I think it's the strength of the antenna.
Yeah.
Each DBI has its own varies of how it like reaches out.
Sure.
And so there's 3 dBi, there's 5 dBi, and then there's 8, and I think maybe 11 as well. And with a 3, it's a lot more short, close quarters, and you already probably know.
Yeah.
But 5, it's like weird though, because each DBI ranges in its own ways. Like some just go straight horizontal, some go vertical and like over the top of things. And I think each is just benefiting whatever like is in your needs.
Yeah, and it's also the design of the antenna itself.
Yeah.
Because depending on how you design the antenna, that's going to determine, are you launching the signal like a mortar, or are you just sending it like diagonally directly across to something?
Straight B line.
Yeah. Which both have their own, use cases.
Yeah.
So either one would be applicable.
What I'm curious about is if I were to change my mind, like the antennas out, put the 3 dBi in instead of the 8 and see what the mining rates would be.
Probably worse.
Yeah.
You have really good coverage with your antenna now.
Yeah. I mean, it also, one thing about the coverage, so you get your miner and it's going to put you into a hexagon based on the area you planted at.
Yeah.
And from there, you're either going to have somebody around you. It can only be up to 4 people in that hexagon. But once you hit 4, then no other miners can be in it. So if you're in a major city, or if you're just in a major suburb with already helium miners established, you want to make sure that you are away from others, more or less.
Yeah.
To get the best earning rewards.
Which makes sense, because the whole point of, was it proof of coverage?
Yes, it's proof of coverage.
Yeah. So the whole point of proof of coverage is to expand the coverage outward.
Yeah.
So if you have too many nodes just kind of sitting, or miners just sitting around in the same hexagon,
You're getting nowhere.
then what's the point?
Exactly.
You're not spreading it.
Yeah. That's kind of how it is in like over in New York and just major cities in general.
Yeah.
Like those people, although they're getting decent mining rewards, they're not getting as good as they could be.
Sure.
If they're in like a suburb or something.
Yeah. That's when you got to make some friends in upstate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just in other states.
True.
Yeah.
But then in that case, it'd be a lot harder to.
No, you just send it out to them. They set it up for you.
Yeah, but it's the trust factor.
Oh, of course.
So if they lived like an hour away or whatever, it wouldn't be too hard to, like, if you ever
Drive
needed
over.
it back for whatever reason,
Yeah.
or if they moved or something,
Makes sense.
versus shipping it back.
Or, I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of different ways you could go about that.
Sure.
You set it up yourself. All you need to do is connect it to their Wi-Fi. Because that's all you need to run a helium miner is Wi-Fi and power.
So if you wanted to send your miner to your friend, maybe across states or wherever,
Yeah.
could you plug it in, set it up on the Wi-Fi, and like connect your account and everything, and then could you just unplug it and then send it to them? How would they like connect to it, but also make sure that your account is still being credited for the miner?
So that's the thing. I believe that once you set it up in one location, you have to basically completely reset it before you can set it up in a new location.
Okay.
So the mining, like it's going to be complete different mining rewards, and obviously because of the locations change, but you're also going to need brand new keys.
Yeah.
And everything. It's going to be a brand new wallet it's on. Because
Gotcha.
you're out of a different area. You're basically shutting off the location you're in and you're just repopping up in a new one.
Gotcha.
So it can't be the same mining location.
Yeah.
Like it gives you those funky names. Like,
Yeah.
I totally forgot what mine was, but it was like some sort of like white leopard or something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I think that just all completely changes if you're ever wanting to like migrate it somewhere else. But yeah, I mean, me and my friend, we got this one. Shout out to Mason. He's going to be watching. He's one of our biggest fans for sure. But
Cool. Thanks for watching, Mason.
yeah. But
It's not Crypto Mason, right?
No.
Okay.
If only. We were contemplating either putting it in my place or his place up where he lives in a completely different state.
Sure.
And we were just checking out the map and seeing which one would work best. At the time, I didn't have as many people around me mining helium, but he had a lot of people around him. But I think if we would have put it up where he was, there would have been a another person in his hexagon. So therefore, it would have messed up
Mining rate.
Yeah.
That sucks.
And thankful enough, right now, we're earning a little bit under double what the standard miner earns at the moment.
Wow. Look at
Yeah.
you.
It's nice. We've already made our money back, and it's been about 6 to 7 months of having it, which is great to have because now
Yeah.
it's just profits.
Yeah, exactly.
And if
And then as helium gets adopted more, its price is going to increase.
When moon. Let's talk about this tech.
Sure.
How does helium really work? I mean, the primary component of helium is the Helium Hotspot.
Yeah.
And that's the way that they're able to grow their network the most because
Yes.
they're trying to outreach everywhere.
Yeah.
They want to be worldwide, and they want to have one miner in each of these hexagons at least. And then from there, it's going to really grow because like they're going after what are they going after, would you say?
They're going after Internet of Things devices. And it's actually a really smart strategy on their part because Internet of Things devices, for the most part, do very, very small, I guess you could call them transactions.
Sure. Yeah.
But doing simple tasks and stuff, it uses hardly any data. So by having sort of a local area network type of deal, so think of something like Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So everybody knows Bluetooth, right?
Of course.
So think about if Bluetooth operated like Wi-Fi. So what I mean by that is,
I'm trying to think.
yeah, so not only would you have like your car and maybe an Internet of Things device would be like your watch or your phone or something, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Not only would they all be connected in that local area network, that's
Yeah.
what Bluetooth actually is, but it would also have internet connectivity and stuff because your helium miner has to be plugged into the internet. Or sorry, like hooked into Wi-Fi.
Yes.
So technically, it's like combining Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So by having the coverage of Wi-Fi, but having the local peer-to-peer connection of Bluetooth.
It's basically Wi-Fi all around the world.
Yes, but for a specific purpose.
Yeah.
Because that could get very expensive,
Yes.
and by expensive, I mean data intensive.
Yeah.
Very quickly. So
Yeah.
by keeping these miners relatively cheap, what's the price ranges on them? For the
Well,
most
I
part?
think they're going up continuously, but when we bought that, it was roughly around $350. The
Not too bad.
The antenna was an extra $80, so it
Sure.
roughly turned out to be a little bit over 400.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm sure with the chip shortage and inflation and all that stuff, it's not helping. by
No,
any
it
means.
just
Plus
adds-
the demand is just
There's
crazy on it.
it took us, I believe, 7 months to get ours. Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it was like 6-7 months.
Yeah.
Half a year.
I remember when you first told me about it and you're like, I'm still waiting.
It kept going on back order.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, Tate, you sure this is real?
Well, I knew it was real. I was actually they were giving out like free miners at the time, but all those got taken up like right away, right out the gates.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I remember just continuing to look, like they'd put out like weekly reports, and I bet they still do for the people who are buying right now. It'd just be like weekly updates of like the shipping and stuff, and you'd have to, it'd be like different animals. Like again, it'd be like weird code names for all these different shipping batches. And it'd be like I think mine was like Panda, and like Panda got put on back order until like June of 2021, and then finally in June 2021 it said it would be here in like August, and then finally got it, and then now here we are mining. Mining away.
Yeah. It all worked out in the end.
Yeah, of course. Already made money back, so now profit's a profit.
Can't complain about that.
And there's a lot of people out there who buy like tens to hundreds of these. Yeah, I know a couple people who've got a lot of them.
That's wild.
And they send them to their friends like we were talking about, but it's a trust factor. You really got to trust who you're sending it to, because at the end of the day, one, they could just finesse your helium if they really wanted to.
Yep.
The miner itself, plus the rewards you're going to be earning from that. And then two, you want to make sure that they're putting it in a safe, secure spot so it doesn't get damaged, doesn't get like just destroyed at all. Because there's people who leave these things outside. Like, well, yeah, they set them up on like large tower poles, like where antennas normally go.
Yeah.
For just the best connection. Because they're like basically over hills or some sort of whatever.
Yeah. As far up above buildings and stuff as you can get would really help a local area connection like that.
And that's why like major cities do well, but then they also don't do the best because of
the range,
the dense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same issue that 5G's facing.
Yeah.
That's why they have to put nodes every like 3 feet in order to actually have a decent connection. It's not like 4G was, where you could just stick it on a giant cell antenna and just project it everywhere over, tens of miles. You've got to actually build individual nodes, because the 5G networks operate on sub-millimeter waves. Okay. And basically what that means is you're starting to get onto the wireless spectrum of where things start to get a little weird. What I mean by that is, as you get closer to millimeter and sub-millimeter wave, it gets harder and harder to pass through physical objects.
Makes sense.
So buildings, cars, that type of thing.
It just gets blocked out.
It's a nightmare for like urban development to try to figure out how to integrate these things. So that's why they're putting them into light poles and to just random posts and stuff. Like you could put it on like a stop sign stuff if you want to. The thing is that they do need a decent amount of power. Okay. Because once again, as you start moving into the sub-millimeter range, it starts getting weird. Yeah. So they start using more and more and more and more power just to do the same thing.
Reach those ranges.
Yeah. I mean, it is faster.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. I just think
very complex.
Yeah.
Sometimes unnecessary.
Yeah. And it's interesting to me too, because when you go to, let's say you want to see like an Orlando City game, right? You go to Camping World Stadium, right?
No, it's Exploria Stadium.
Oh, it changed again?
No, they have their own stadium.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this goes to show how much I watch football. Anyway.
I love how you called it football, though.
Look, I watched Ted Lasso, okay? I know a little bit. I know a smidge,
football.
Right? Yeah. So you go to a giant stadium, whatever it might be, right? And your cell connection is trashed. Yeah. And that's because everybody is connected to the same cell tower. That one cell tower cannot handle that many people on it.
No.
So usually when that happens, they prioritize text and actual phone calls over you trying to reload your Twitter feed to see what witty thing Elon Musk has posted next. Much fun as that is.
Oh my.
But I think once 5G starts really popping off and it starts being really implemented into these giant stadiums and stuff, I think that might actually help alleviate that problem, because then less people will be connected to the big cell tower, and they'll be more so connected into these small nodes that can handle more people because you ultimately have more points.
Because they're more spread out. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you have like a fiber optic connection or something, I mean,
You're winning.
expensive as hell, but hey, I mean, all these cell companies are doing is just building solid gold towers out of their money anyway.
I mean, you're really relating to helium and how it operates in ways, just completely different
use case,
yes.
but a similar situation.
Yes.
So like, yeah, you're absolutely right. So think about it this way: 5G would be the macro.
Yeah.
Helium would be the micro.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
As beautiful as these co-founders that Helium has.
Yes. Tell me more, Tate.
Amir Halim, Sean Fanning, and Sean Carey.
2 Sean's?
Yeah, one spelled SHAWN, and then I guess Sheen.
No, it's Sean, but
Sean. They all founded the company back in 2013. Helene was an active esports and game development background. Fanning, by contrast, is well known for developing the Napsters, the music sharing service, which was one of the first mainstream peer-to-peer internet services in the late 1990s.
And was sued by Metallica.
Wow.
You know the history of Napster, Tate?
I remember, isn't there a movie about it?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Had Justin Timberlake in it.
Yeah. That's right. That's the only part I remember from it.
Did you see that movie at all?
No.
Okay.
I just remember seeing clips, and he's like with a girl, and she's like, "So who are you?" He's like, "I'm the founder of Napster." She's like, "You got to be kidding."
Yeah.
Like, no, there's no way.
The founder of Napster, like the head guy, has like degrees on top of degrees. I'm talking from like Harvard and all these Ivy League schools.
Here?
It's this guy?
Yes.
Oh, I'm a moron.
Oh, no. Sorry. He was developing Napster. I apologize.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the head guy who did Napster, he had tons of degrees from all these Ivy League schools, and he went and created Napster, which just set it's called RIA, the Recording Industry Association of America, which is like a conglomerate of like Sony Music and like Warner Music, and like all the big labels are, it's basically unionized essentially at that point. So he thought, oh, this would be a great idea. Why don't we just share all of the music we've bought and downloaded with each other?
Terrible idea. Terrible.
I mean, nothing major had been done like that before.
Yeah, sure.
But it was a cool concept until they got sued into the ground, and then RIA started suing just random people who were just downloading stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's...
I'll have a link up here. There's a Nakey Jakey video. Weird name, I know, but it is fantastic about illegal like downloading services like LimeWire and BearShare and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was a fascinating time to be into music at that.
Be alive.
Yeah, well, to be alive, but also, be experiencing that.
Yeah.
And downloading
to be woke in the music industry.
To be downloading all of those Trojans and spywares and adwares and malwares.
And getting all those viruses and bugs.
Yeah,
and
I'll show you the video later. It is, oh my gosh, dude, it's so funny. But
finally, third co-founder,
yes.
Carey, meanwhile held multiple development roles prior to Helium, which included advertising optimization firm Ware acquired by PayPal.
Ooh.
Yeah, optimization firm called Ware.
Okay.
And Helium's team now consists of members which the company says have experience in radio and hardware, manufacturing, distributed systems, peer-to-peer, and blockchain technology. As they should,
Yeah.
They're going after all of that.
Especially the radio part.
Yeah.
Because
it's all about frequencies.
It's all about frequencies, and it takes a ton of engineering to get this right.
Yeah.
Like a ton.
I mean, they've already gotten it right. Now it's just about growing it.
Yeah.
And sustaining.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the network holds up over time as devices start using the Helium network to actually operate. These
Great
Helium
question.
Yeah, because these Helium miners, I can't help but wonder as time goes on if they're going to hold up in terms of the actual processors and everything inside of them to actually handle these transactions. Now, if they're just handling a bunch of little small ones, it's not going to matter that much.
Well, I think that's what it really is.
Yeah.
Because you don't earn that much. Like today I earned 0.1 Helium.
Mm-hmm.
The $1.
Yeah.
And I'm doubling the market's performance.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, over time it accumulates
Naturally.
And you can make some money if you have multiple or more than one, but like I don't think that each of these miners are handling too much rambunctious.
Yeah, but what the thing that I find interesting though is what's going to happen in big cities.
Yeah.
So if
But the rewards are less.
the rewards are less true, I guess it would kind of scale because more people would have miners. But if you think about how many vehicles are on the road in New York at all times a day, gosh, I can't.
Every point in the day there's a vehicle out. There's no stopping.
Yes, that's New York.
It's
for
never
you.
ending.
Yeah, upstate at least,
Yeah.
or not. Sorry, not upstate. Just New York City and stuff.
Coney Island.
No, don't say it. I don't want to have to edit it in.
Bing bong.
I'm gonna edit it
Too
in
late.
anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna edit it in anyway.
So there's only, like, talking about how many there is, there's only 780,000 hotspots currently.
Oh, not a lot.
No.
I think that also might have to do with the fact that they're in such high demand that they can't pump enough of them out. So you end up with, half-year delays in order to get them.
Yeah. I mean, that's why there's also multiple companies creating these.
Sure.
Just to help the demand.
Yeah. And
That's
also, I could see that also helping it be decentralized a little bit too. Because if you think about it, if you need a proprietary piece of hardware to run the miner for this,
Yeah.
then that one company could charge whatever they wanted.
I mean, that's what they're kind of doing.
I mean, yeah, but you have it spread out across like 6 companies, however many.
Roughly. I think
5 or
no
6.
more than 10.
Okay, yeah. So if it's spread out, there's still competition.
Yeah.
And the competition.
I don't think you can buy these like immediately for less than $500.
Oh, probably from people who are like doing what they do with PS5s. Like they're scalping them.
I'm going to just do it real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
eBay Helium miner. Yeah.
$500
$450.
for a $200 miner.
Same one as mine.
Oh, that's not a terrible scalp.
$450 buy now. These are all sponsored. Oh, I was about to say there's one being sold for $13, but it was just the wall mount for it. Hey, that's kind of cool though. I might need to get that.
I mean, your stealth setup actually is
right there.
Yeah, you don't even really notice it unless you're really looking for it.
Yeah. Yeah, so about $450 you can just cop one right off the market. It's not bad. It could always be better, but if you wanted to wait half a year to get it for retail, by all means.
Yeah. Yeah, because then like the whole point of this thing is accumulation over time.
Yeah.
So, that 6 months could have earned you, how much helium do you think? I mean, I know your setup's a little interesting because it earns double.
Probably on average, you probably could have made in 6 months probably about 10.
Okay.
$100 as of right
So
now.
that
$140 as of right now.
So that would be like the difference between retail and getting a scalp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say so. I mean, it's just all, yeah. But then again, it's all about where you are. Because say if you're in an area where you have 4 around you, you're not going to be getting the best rewards.
Sure.
I mean, it's very complex because I've looked in areas like New York and stuff, and I see some miners that have 4 connections in that one hexagon getting exceptional rewards.
Sure.
So I also think it has something to do with the antenna and the place of location.
Makes sense.
Because those miners out there are connecting to so many more.
Yeah.
Like 10s to 20s. Just other miners in that area, just connecting to those, and then they're mining from that. And the mining periods range from 60 to 30 minutes to unlock each reward. So it's just continuously revolving through your account.
And you don't have to pay Ethereum gas fees to take it out of the account.
Thinking about that, you saw what happened with that new NFT drop? What was it called? The Bored Ape Into the Unseen or whatever it was called.
No, I didn't. I don't follow Bored Apes at all.
Well,
We're talking about like Ethereum Bored Apes?
yes.
Yeah.
Well, with that new can't even Yuga Labs, they had that new drop for the Bored Apes yacht. It was all that land and stuff that they're doing.
Oh, for the metaverse.
Yeah, their metaverse.
Okay.
What was it called? Into the Unseen or something?
I don't know the name of it.
Yeah, it was just something like that. Well, gas fees just to mint one of these NFTs, $4,000. Crypto Mason was talking about it in his last video. He didn't mint one because how much the gas fees were. And then to actually like acquire said, like, no, this was for the whitelist token, I believe. 4,000 for that. Because at the time,
just to mint the whitelist token?
Yeah. And then at the time, it's because the network was so backed up with millions of dollars worth of people trying to buy this one specific token. My information could be completely off, but I'm trying to think.
That's brutal, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so Bored Ape Yachts creators metaverse mint rocks Ethereum blockchain. Some buyers shelled out anywhere from 2.6 ETH to 5 ETH in gas fees alone. That's $6,500 to $14,000 just in gas. And we love talking about our gas fees. Because we don't buy it.
Where's that article from?
It's on The Verge.
My gosh, it made it all the way to The Verge?
Yes.
Wild.
Yes. Yuga Labs, this is what they tweeted out on April 30th. We're sorry for turning off the lights on Ethereum for a while. It seems abundantly clear that ApeCoin will need to migrate to its own chain in order to properly scale. So they basically, I think, kind of more or less did that to show that the supply was so insane that they needed to. Well, the ApeCoin, I'm assuming, probably wants to create their own network and their own blockchain. That's probably what it's going to come to.
Imagine if they dipped their toes into HBAR or XRP. Man, the water's fine. No, but seriously,
No,
like
100%.
that would be
Yes.
insane.
Oh yeah, 100%. There's no question to that.
Yeah.
But it's going back to helium. We don't have to deal with those gas fees.
No.
What
are the gas fees like on helium?
pennies to the dollar.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
So it's
because
quality.
withdrawal 17 helium like 3 or 4 months ago.
Mhm.
I mean, it was like a couple dollars maybe.
Acceptable.
I mean, it's stable too. It's not like you're having a very wide variety of fluctuating gas fees,
Sure.
which can really screw up the network,
Yeah.
as we can see. Who would have ever imagined paying that much just for gas fees to mint something? It blows my mind.
Scalability.
I can't wait to see, though, how once the miners are all around the country, at least the United States,
Yeah.
in each of those hexagons. Because if you're able to look at the map for helium, you're just going to see all the hexagons and how many miners.
You can via their app, right?
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
if you don't have a miner, you
Yes.
can just see
You can
what the
go-
rate might be in your area and
You
stuff.
can go on the website, and I believe you can just check out the map. View network coverage. The network is live and ready to go.
Sweet.
780,000 hotspots, so we just gained some more. It's worldwide, so it's just not in the United States.
Sure.
But, yeah, it's mainly based out of the United. I mean, I see some down in Brazil. I see a little bit in Africa, majority South Africa. But if you look this up on yours, you'd be able to see it's mainly Europe, Eastern China, the outskirts of Australia, a little bit in India, but it's like all of the Midwest in the United States. Nothing's really in the mountains. There's a little bit. This map is really cool, ladies and gentlemen. If you get some time, just go check out the Helium Miner app, or helium.com, or explore.helium.com.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be able to see all of the miners in the area.
Yeah.
So yeah, in a 7-day, they've earned I'm looking at this one on this island, east of Japan. 7 days. How much do you think they've earned?
0.1.
7 days? 0.035. 50 cents.
Ouch.
They've earned in a month, not even $1. So then there's two. So there's 3 on this island. There's 2 right next to each other.
Wow.
These might be earning better. Not even $1. Wow. And this is Garapan, Saipan, Northern Marinean Islands.
Ugh.
And then, like I said, the names.
Yeah.
Gentle Carrot Shrimp. Gentle Carrot Shrimp is the helium miner name.
Jumpy Ocean Yak. My favorite one that I found so far.
Wow. So yeah, you really need some sort of, you need more connection than just this.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be earning much.
Yeah.
If you are in a very, very
Rural area.
Yeah.
Or an
Thank
area
you.
just that doesn't have a lot of miners. Like if you're up in like one of the Dakotas or out in the Midwest where it's just all farms, might not be great.
Well, United States, I think, is anywhere in the United States is fine. Because it's
Okay.
going to continue to grow.
Sure.
But if you're watching from like a third world country, which if you are, thank you so much for tuning in.
Absolutely. We appreciate you.
But if you're in just some sort of desert or just somewhere where you know you don't have any miners around, it's probably in your best interest not to buy one of these right now.
Yeah.
Unless you know a guy in Orlando, Florida.
True.
Don't know who that'd be.
But yeah. If,
Well, anything else you'd like to add into this?
I think we covered just about everything. For the most part.
We didn't talk about the burning. So helium uses a burn and mint equilibrium to ensure that HNT supply is in line with the network usage and trend.
Okay.
An additional 5 million HNT are generated every month and distributed as follows. 30% goes to network data transfer, facilitated by Hot Sports.
Hotspots.
No, Hot Sports.
I
Got
have
an
I have
R
a
in
feeling they accidentally typed the R.
Think?
What is a hotspot?
Great question. We'll look that up shortly. 35% goes to hotspot infrastructure because they didn't misspell it in that one. Gotta be something we just don't know about. 35% goes to helium, helium, their Inc., and their investors. Rates will adjust yearly in the network data transfers allocation increasing by 2.5%, hotspot infrastructure allocation decreasing by 1.5%, and helium, Inc. and investors allocation decreasing by 1%.
Hot sports is not a thing.
It's not.
The typo.
They put it in parentheses though.
Helium miners, hotspots. Same thing.
Yeah. What a shame, helium. Hot sports.
It's not Helium's fault. That's CoinMarketCap wrote that.
No, that was on their website. Actually,
Love that.
you're right. It was on CoinMarketCap. I'm down bad today.
We're both super, super tired. It's all right.
Yeah. No, I don't even want to go into that. Anyways, with that being said, we'll definitely show the results after 1 year of using my helium miner.
Yeah.
In this coming month, or actually 2-3 months from now, I'll be getting those results.
Yes. Excited to see it.
If you're curious more about helium, drop any comments down below. We love every single one of you.
Check out the CoinMarketCap articles that we have linked in the description as well if you want to know more information about
Yes.
helium. We didn't cover like everything.
No.
There's still a little bit of meat left on the bone, but not.
We covered the basics. We covered everything you kind of more or less need to know if you're curious about buying a helium miner.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot that goes into the technical side of things and the infrastructure behind how the miners work and operate and stuff. I mean, it's more or less how we do XRP and how we've done all these other currencies.
Sure.
It's just we're touching up on what you'd be interested the most initially. There's a lot that goes into the technical side
Yeah.
in the background.
Yeah, and plus you want to make sure that something like this, where you're going to have it for a long time in order for it to pay off, you want to make sure that you actually believe in the technology.
Yeah.
And the principles and the goal behind the end game for it.
I don't
actually
see it.
Want to invest.
I personally don't see it going anywhere. I continue to see this growing exponentially, and eventually down the road, I think that we will cover the whole entire world.
Sure. More power to you.
Just an opinion, though.
Not financial advice.
You can take it the way you want to.
Sure.
But with that being said, we love every single one of you. We hope you enjoyed last episode with Crypto Mason, although our footage died on us.
Yeah, the camera died, so
it's okay. It's
yeah,
all right.
We'll
Everything
do
happens for a
next
reason.
time.
Yes.
Maybe we'll have him on again.
Yes. We have a lot in store for all of you. So
yeah,
just
we got some
be on the way.
Prime content lined up soon.
Very, very soon. It's on the horizon.
Yep.
We love every single one of you once again. And with that being said, this has been the Alt Kings Podcast, and we will see you next episode. お前はもう死んでいる。何? Right on the money.
You got that one, Juan. Oh, I went right over it. Right into the minor. Perfect.
And you broke it.
Rude.